Welcome to 45 on the Hour podcast. I'm your host, Colt 45. And today, guys, I want to talk about the pillars of a good leader. So I was a Marine, and in the Marine Corps, they're all about leadership qualities. They're all about teaching you qualities that have to do with things that'll get you to be able to lead other people, okay? Because in wartime, you got to be able to lead everybody, including yourself. So what they always teach you is they teach you to start from the bottom, and then you're in charge of yourself. And then you're in charge of a team. Then you're in charge of a squad. Then you're in charge of a section. Then you're in charge of a platoon. And then you're in charge of a battalion or a company, and so forth and so on. And then it grows. So your leadership qualities establish the amount of people that you can serve. And then as you build more qualities, you start developing qualities to allow you to lead more people and grow with that. So to lead people, it can be very difficult. A couple things that you have to have good leadership qualities is, I'm gonna tell you a few things. So a true leader is someone who inspires and motivates others to work towards a common goal. They have a unique set of qualities that help them achieve this, okay? Positive attitude is number one. You have to have a go-getter attitude. You have to have the energy. You have to be forthcoming. You have to say, okay, this is how it's going to be. This is how we're going to get it done. And we're going to get it done no matter what. And it's going to be done. Because people that are following you need to understand that you believe in what you're saying. If you don't believe in what you're saying, then how are they going to believe you? How are you going to believe that something can be done? But then they can't follow you. You can't lead somebody that's not willing to be followed or coached. So you have to have a positive attitude towards everything. And a positive attitude doesn't mean that you got to be all happy-go-lucky all the time. You just have to know and make yourself believe that what you're saying can be done. Okay? That's all it is. Next is innovation and creativity. Okay? You have to be innovative to be a leader. You have to be the person that comes out and says, I got an idea for this. This is how we're going to get it done. Most people that aren't true leaders don't have those qualities. They can't just come up with a solution because they're always afraid that whatever's in their mind might get shut down. Leaders don't care. They don't care about what other people are going to think of them. They care about, okay, there's a job. I'm going to create a solution. Okay? Solution is going to be this. I don't care how it gets done. I just care about the solution. We can create problems all day, but I'm going to create the solution. That's how leaders think, okay? You got to get creative with it. You got to think of things that maybe someone hasn't thought about. Think about the basics, okay? I need to change a tire, okay? I need a tool to do that. I need, something to hold up the car. Just basic stuff. It doesn't necessarily need to be rocket science. It doesn't need to be Albert Einstein stuff, okay? Basic things that need to have solutions don't require big, innovative ideas. They just don't. It's just basic stuff. So if you keep it simple and you just try to develop some sort of creativity behind what you're trying to fix, you'll be okay and you'll just be just fine. Okay. That's the majority of leadership. It's just thinking about the basics. Not to mention, you got to be able to encourage those ideas. A lot of people don't know, but you got to be able to encourage other people that are following you to come up with great ideas. You got to say, hey, I know you got this in you. I know you have an idea. I know you do. Like, you're a specialist in software. Let's find a good software that can help us improve on this one problem area in our business. I know you got some ideas. What could be a good software that could help us with this task, this task, this task? And then give them the excitement and the energy to come up with an innovative idea. That's also true qualities of a good leader, is helping other people find true leadership within themselves to come up with good solutions and good ideas. This one hits home for me, the third one, leading by example, okay? How can you tell somebody to do something that you're not willing to do yourself? How can you do that? I've never been a person that just sees people and goes, you know what, they're going to do it and I can't do that because I'm too good for that, okay? Or that's just not me, I've never been that person. I have to be a person that gets up and I motivate everybody else by doing. If I get dirty, that's fine. If I, veer off and I have to go learn a different way, and, I have to show them physically, then I will do that. I'm not afraid to do any job in any business that I've ever ran, ever. I'll be the mover. I'll lift the boxes. I'll sweat with the guys. I'll drive the truck. I'll answer the phones. I'll clean the bathrooms. I don't care because I have no pride in going down to the bottom. Okay. I don't care if I have to go, to the bottom. That's not going to ruin my pride. That's not going to, change me or make me feel any different, because I feel like every single part of an operation has a leader in it. Every part, even the guy that cleans the bathrooms, okay, has a particular part in the activity and the cohesiveness of the whole team finding the final objective, which is to get the job done at the end of the day. The bathrooms ain't clean. People are going to walk in there and they're going to feel a little bit different. They're going to think that the place is a little unorganized. Everyone has their place, okay? All the way up from that guy all the way up to the guy that's running the whole show, okay? You got to lead by example, okay? Leading by example is probably one of the most important things. You got to be the model of the behavior that you expect in your team. You got to be the guy that always has the right mindset. The mindset that is motivating, the mindset that is, I can take care of this. We're going to get the job done. I'm not worried, even when you might be. You want to show qualities that you expect your team to see, and your whole team will feel that. Have you ever walked into a room and been positive and everyone else is positive, and then someone else walks in the room and they're all negative, mopey, and it changes the whole outlook of that situation in that room, that whole vibe? That's what it's like being a leader. And if you're walking into a room with your head down and you're worried, everyone else is going to feel the exact same way. So you can't walk into a room with your head down. You got to walk into a room with your head up. Accountability, guys, probably one of the most underestimated things that people have this day and age. Everyone wants to point the blame on everybody else, okay? No one ever wants to take responsibility for anything. But how are you supposed to learn if you can't take responsibility for your stuff? How? If you make a mistake, you got to take accountability and responsibility for it. And if you can't, then who are you? Who are you? How are you going to learn? Everybody makes mistakes in life. Everybody. No one has it figured out, okay? Everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes every day. They're getting, tighter on the no mistakes mark, because as I grow, I start tightening things up daily that, conserve energy and things that I've, made mistakes on before. But you got to have accountability. People have to know that you make mistakes. And if you do something wrong, you're going to say you made a mistake and you're going to fix it. Being accountable for your actions shows people that you're willing to change. If you don't have accountability for your actions, people are going to call you a liar when you say you're not going to do it again. Okay. You got to tell people that you made a mistake and you made a decision and it didn't work out, but I'm going to make another decision and it's going to work out. But I made that mistake before and I understand that and I'm going to improve on that. You got to be forthcoming, guys, with people. And you got to let them know when you made a mistake and you did something wrong, because people are more forgiving that way and they're more willing to accept you for who you are. And they'll respect that. They'll respect you being accountable for your behaviors and your actions, knowing that, hey, this guy had the balls to come out and say that he made a mistake. That says a lot about somebody, and I'll trust someone that makes a mistake all the time, but that becomes accountable for it all day long, over the guy that thinks he never made a mistake and he never says sorry, or he never says, I made a mistake and these are the mistakes I made, and I'm not going to make them again. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Even if you screw up again, at least you're trying, right? You're trying. I like people that try. I don't like people that just don't try at all and just, sit boo-hoo in the corner. That's what I call those people, Those are the standards for setting the tempo for a good team, okay? If you have a true forthcoming leader. Empathy, guys. Empathy's it's a touchy subject these days, right? Because people are real sensitive these days and everyone has feelings, right? Feelings are a good thing, okay? We got to have understanding for people and their feelings. And we have to understand that everyone's a human being. We're emotional creatures. We're emotional beings. Being empathetic to someone else's needs, okay, is a really good part in being a good leader. Because the time that you're empathetic and you have an understanding when someone's going through a crisis or something that's very traumatic or some sort of emotional state they're in, you're going to set a tone for the rest of that relationship. They're going to remember that. I remember several times in my life being around some of the toughest guys I've ever met in my life. And in the Marine Corps world, in the biker world, in the young gang life world, things like that. Whenever I was there to listen to somebody and get them through something that was very tough for them to get through, whether that was trying to reconnect them with their child or they're going through a death in the family or they were going through something that they just didn't want anyone else to know, okay? Those things connect you to the toughest person, okay? The toughest person out there isn't immune from that because we're all human beings. We're all emotional. So the times that you connect with someone through an empathetic moment and you find that moment to connect with them, boom, there's a moment. Okay, you need someone's help. You need someone to listen to you. I got you. And you genuinely hear them, you're going to connect with them forever. They're going to look at you in a whole different light. You're no longer a taker, more or less a giver. People that give, receive. Being able to understand situations from different point of views is a huge trait in becoming a leader, okay? Being able to hear, understand, and then revert the information back to them that you heard, okay? Those are good traits of being a good leader, okay? And having qualities for people to understand that you hear them, okay? And you're empathetic to them. That will give them more respect in you with that 20, 30, 60-minute conversation. You will earn a lifetime friend, and they will become more than an employee or just someone that you're just trying to lead. They'll become a fan, no longer a follower. And last but not least, guys, integrity. You got to be honest, okay? You got to act ethical, have ethical values that follow all aspects of their life, okay, when you're leading somebody. If you're not truthful and you don't have integrity, okay, when it comes to human beings, okay, and being forthcoming, you're going to lose trust. Liars lose trust. You're going to be saying another lie and they know that you're already a liar. And they go, oh, yeah, he said that again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he always says that crap. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to do that again. Oh, yeah. Yep. He said that last week. You're going to do that again. Oh, there he goes again. Everyone's going to laugh at you. But if you're someone that executes and you're truthful and you have integrity within, you're going to not only feel more confident, you have no one can say anything about what you do. Because what you say you're going to do, you do it. And they know that. They know that when this man says he's going to do something, he does it. Same with you women out there. If someone says, hey, this woman says something, she does it. She executes. People get excited for you. If you're out there and you're honest and you have integrity and you say you're going to do something and then you go do it, your words mean so much more. They have so much value because people believe you now. They know that you're not a bullshitter and that you're not fake, that you know what you say you're going to do and then you do it. And then people get more excited for you when you say you're going to do something. You get your following, your followers follow you, and then they give you the support that you need to execute that decision because you're always honest. You're always truthful. And it hurts. Sometimes it's hard to be a leader and be truthful. Sometimes you want to lie about your current situations, your financial situations, your situations at home. I think people need to know when you're a leader that you're doing things out of love for them because it's your job to lead them. But at the same time, they need to know a little bit about you, right? If you're building a business and you're struggling to start, tell people you're struggling. We're at the bottom, guys. You guys are here from the beginning. This is what we got here. We got a chance to make something great. You want to make it great with me? Good. You're at the bottom. Okay? And we're at the bottom with you. I'm at the bottom with you. I'm fighting with you, okay? But this is what we're going to need to do to get to objective number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And guess what, guys? I have a vision for you. I have a vision that you're going to lead this company with me one day. And I have a vision that you're going to partake in this, or you're going to get a part of this company. I'm going to make it good for you, but we got to start from the bottom, guys, and we got to start here, okay? It's the same in war, and when we were out there trying to be troops in Iraq. And our leaders were like, guys, this is the objective, okay? We may not make it out alive, but guess what? We're going to be together, and I'm going to be right there with you. That feels good when you hear that from a leader. When my captain was telling me he was going to be right next to me if we hit the ground running and we hit some troops and we hit some insurgents and they were going to attack us, I wasn't going to be fucking alone. I was going to be right next to my captain, and he was going to take me by the hand, and no matter what happened, he was going to be hooking and jabbing with me, and he was going to be protecting me, and I was going to have his back, and he was going to have mine. That felt good as a leader to hear from a leader. And at the time, I was a follower. Okay? I was in charge of a little team, so I was technically a leader, but on a bigger scale, I was the little guy. And for whatever reason, that made me feel so much more better. And any real leader that I ever had in the Marine Corps led from the front and not from the rear. Okay? That's the number one pillar of a good leader, in my opinion. You got to lead from the front, guys. I say it all the time. How are you supposed to point fingers and lead from the rear? What are you, King Xerxes now from 300? Nah, man. Nah, you got to lead from the front. You got to be willing to do everything the bottom guy's willing to do. You got to be stronger than everyone on your team, mentally and physically, even if you don't show it. Not to mention, you got to be the last one to sit on that ship when it sinks. You got to be willing to sit there and ride it out until it sinks. That's the pillars of a good leader. And people will feel that. They'll feel your aura, and they will reflect your energy exchange. In war, in the Marine Corps, was probably the best time for me to ever learn how to be a good leader, because I was taught by other leaders. And last but not least, guys, to be a great leader, you got to be coachable and you got to be a good follower. If you can't follow somebody and you can't be coached, and someone can't give you an opinion on how to become better, how are you supposed to learn how to lead? How do you think all these famous people that are leaders led? How do you think? Think they just became? No, they didn't. They had good mentors. They had good people that they followed. And they learned. They learned from proven mentors. They followed. They were coachable. You got to be coachable to be a good leader, guys. If you can't be coachable, you're never going to grow. You will never grow. If someone can't tell you how to improve and you can't take that and self-reflect, you will never grow, okay? And you will never be a leader, and you will never be in charge of something, and you will never do anything great with your life because you can't lead. You can't. Can't take direction. How are you supposed to find your own direction if you can't take direction? You use Google Maps, right? Right? That leads you, right? How are you supposed to know the route without Google Maps? That's leading, right? You got to understand, guys, leading is something that's acquired and that you learn how to do. The number one step to being a great leader is to learn from a proven mentor. You guys are great. I see positivity in each and every one of you guys. What I want for myself, I want for you, because I want that to reflect back to me. I want you guys to be great. I want you guys to come off whatever negative background you have, or whatever it is that is in your life that's preventing you from growing. I want you guys to take a step in the right path today. And I'm hoping that this changes you. And I hope that you guys understand that you guys can all be a leader in something. Leading your family, leading your work environment, leading your business, whatever it is. Find something to lead. Be the person in the front. Be the person that motivates others. Be the positive person. Be the person that sets the example. Be the person that's accountable. Be the person that's empathetic to others and understanding their needs. And have integrity. And lead from the front, guys, and not from the rear. Until next time, guys, get up, get after it, and get some.